Hey all, welcome to Learn Code Repeat. So today we'll be looking at day 9 of the October Lead Code Challenge. The name of the problem is serialize and deserialize a BST. So let's look into the problem. So what they are asking here is given a tree node, we should be able to serialize that tree node into a string, and then from the string we should also be able to deserialize into a tree node. So in Java the method is something like this, where they have serialize method given the tree node, you have to return the string form of that, and there is a deserialize method given the string form which is written from the serialize method, and we have to again reform the tree node from that. Okay, so let's take an example here. So let's say we have this tree, right? This is a binary search tree. So here the left child is less than the parent and the right child is greater than the parent. So since it's a binary search tree, we can use pre-order or post-order traversal, right? So let's use pre-order here. So what is pre-order traversal? So in pre-order traversal, the root will be first and then the left and right child. So since the root is coming first, that's why it's called pre-order. Okay, so if I traverse in a pre-order traversal, right, first I will write 6, and since I need to return a string, I need to also distinguish among my elements, right? So I can use a delimiter here, let's say comma. So between each element I'll use a delimiter comma. So once we are past the root value, that is the current value, which is this 6, I'll go to the left and then I'll go to the right in a recursive manner. Okay, so I'll go to the left of this, which is 2. So here I'll be 2. Now again here for this particular tree, subtree, I need to perform the pre-order traversal. So currently I am here. So what is the left and right that we have to traverse for this particular tree? So the left of second node, that is node 2, is 1. Now there is no further node, right, for 1 is the leaf. So we have to go back to this particular. So here it will go back to this particular node, that is a parent node, and then it will traverse the right of that. So the right is 4. Again there is no more child nodes, 4 is a leaf node. So again from 2 it will go back to 6, and from 6 it will go to the right child of. So here now the current is this, so it will, so we have to take 8, then it will again go to the left and then the right of 8. So here it will be 7 and then 9. Okay, so this will be my pre-order traversal, the string that will be formed, right? And we can have this in a recursive fashion. So let's say this is my function, and let's say this is my tree node, right? Tree node n. In Java I'm using the string builder, so let's say I'm using string builder s. So what I need to do is here s dot append my n dot val and dot append comma. Okay, since I need a comma here, and after that I can again call n dot left passing my string builder, and n dot right passing my string builder. Now I need to stop when this node is a leaf node, right? There are no child nodes to this node, right? So in that case, if my n equal to null, I need to directly return. Okay, I don't need to do anything, and this can be void type. So basically I am appending to the string the current node's value and then a comma, and then again I am calling in a recursive manner the same function passing the left and right. Okay, so this will be my recursive function to build the string. So here, since if you see we are always appending comma, so as per this function at the end of this 9 there will be a comma as well, which is fine, we can take care of that when we are again rebuilding the tree node. Okay, so my final string will look like this. So this will be my serialized form of the tree node. Now how can we deserialize this, right? So to deserialize also we can use the same function, that is we can use the same logic, recursive logic. So my first element will be root, that we know, right? So let's say here function 1 is deserialized logic. So here initially we will have the string, right, string s. Now if you see, right, how do I decide using this string, or rather the string array which we will get after this, right, after splitting the string by comma, right. So how do I decide that what are the child nodes of 6, right. So if 6 is the root, there will be left child and right child. How do I decide which one is the left and which one is the right, right. So here we will use the BST property, right. In binary search tree, the left child is always less than the parent, right, and the right child is always greater than the parent, right, which also means that my left child, the max value of my left child will never be greater than the parent, right. So what we can do here is we can, let us say, from f1 I am calling another function f2, let us say I am splitting this string into an array, split using comma, okay, and I am calling a function s2 passing this array s1, and I am saying that my current index, right, let us say I need to start with 0th index, right. So my index is 0, or let me assign index equal to 0. This is a global variable, I can use a global static variable I equal to 0, and here I am passing the index. Now for the subtree, right, for each subtree that we are processing, we can check what is the lowest value and what is the highest value. Now the highest value will always be the root value for the left subtree, and for the right subtree the highest value can be anything, right, it can be integer dot max value, but we know that lowest value is the root value, right, because it cannot be less than that value, right, because the right subtree will always be greater than my root, right, my parent. Similarly for the left subtree, I know that the highest will be always the parent, but the lowest can be anything, so it can be integer dot min value, right. So if currently I am at this particular node, right, root node, right, so currently I is 0, low value will be int dot min value and high can be int dot max value, okay. So I am calling this function, and at the end let us say this function is returning me the tree node, and I can return directly the tree node here in this particular function, okay, and all the logic will happen in f2. So in f2 what we are getting is the s1 array, okay, the index I, or rather since it is a global we do not need to pass the index I. So here it will be low value and what is the high value, okay. So when we are traversing through the string, right, now always my current value should be between the low and high value, right. So since initially we are saying min value is the low value and max value is the high value, so since the first index it falls between that, we can directly add that into the tree node s1 of I, and then I will increment the I as well, okay. After that I can recursively call f2 passing s1. Now when I am calling f2 here I am saying my tree node dot left equal to a recursive call to f2, and tree node dot right equal to again a recursive call to f2, okay. So I am using the same logic here that we did here, right. So here we are doing pre-order traverser, here also we are doing a pre-order traverser, but we were traversing through the tree node here, getting the value of current node, appending it to my string, and then again recursively calling the function, passing the left and right node. Here also we will do the same thing, but at this time whatever is the current index I will fetch that value from the string, create the node, and the nodes left and right value for that I will recursively call my f2 function, okay, passing the low and high. Now here when I am calling the f2 for left, the low will be whatever is the current low, right, because it can be anything. So initially we are passing min value, so that same value will go here. So if this is the subtree, the high will be my current nodes value, right. So the high will be my, let us say Tn is the current nodes value, so Tn dot var, okay, tree node dot var. Similarly for f2 when I am passing my array, my low, so this is the right node that we are trying to form, right. So for that right node the low value will be my current nodes value and the high value can be anything, right. So we will pass whatever was the high value that we got in the function as is. So I am passing the high as is, but the low is now Tn dot var, okay. And the base condition for this function will be if my I is not in the range, right, I is not in the range of low and high. So if I is not in range, in that case return null. Okay. So I is not in range, in that case return null. Or now here, right, s of I can be null, right. So if s of I, it will be empty basically. So if s of I equals to empty, in Java it will be dot equals, in that case also we have to use null. Okay. So for the serialize, first we will do a recursive pre-order traverser. So I will just copy the same method name here. So I am adding an argument string builder so that I can form the string, and I will call this method from this serialize method, passing the root comma string builder object, right. I am passing this sb here, and at the end I will return sb dot to string. Now here if root is null, I can directly return empty string, and similarly here if root equal to null, then I can return directly. It's a void method, so I don't need to return anything. So I will just do a return statement here. Else I need to do sb dot append my root dot val dot append. I am using a delimiter comma, so I will append with comma, and then I need to recursively call the same method serialize. So this will take care of forming the string. Okay. So again I am using pre-order. So in pre-order, first we will take care of current node and then the left and then right. So left and right we have to take care in a recursive manner, and the base condition is if the root is null, that is the node is null, then in that case we have to return, we do not have to append the value. Okay. So once this is done, for deserialize I can have the base condition that if data equal to null, or if it is empty, even in that case I can return null, right. Now I am copying the same method here, and here I need to pass low and int high. I need to know, right, in the subtree what is the low and what is the high, and here before calling that method I need to split the string. So I will use a string array, I will split by comma, and then I will call the deserialize method. So the low will be integer dot min value and the high will be integer dot max value, because at the root I do not know, right, which one is min and which one is max. And I will use a variable here int index equal to 0. So assign the index equal to 0 before calling this method, right. So that index will keep a track of which index from the data array needs to be picked up, okay, which is the current index, and at the end I will return node. Okay. So the index is a global variable. Okay. Now here I know that my data will never be null, so I can change this condition. So the two base condition that can be is if my index is greater than or equal to data dot length, in that case I need to return null when I am calling this recursively, or if my data of index dot length equal to 0. Now this can happen because if you remember here we are appending comma, right. So at the end also there will be an additional comma. So for that end value there will be empty string. So here I am just checking whether that is an empty string, in that case return null. Okay. Now the other condition was if my subtree is not in the range, right, I need to return null. So here I am checking the same thing, that my data of index, that means whatever is the current value in the array, if that is less than or equal to my low value, or if it is greater than or equal to my high value, that means it is out of range, in that case return null. Okay. So now here I have taken care of the base condition. Now I will do the same thing that we did here, that is the pre-order traverser. So my current data value, right, the current index value, that using that I can create the node. So let us create the tree node, data of index, current index, right? And also I can increment the current index. Index is a global variable, so I can increment this. So now my current index will be picked up, and then I am incrementing the index here. Once I have done that, I can say node dot left equal to, again recursively call this same method, passing the data comma. Now since this is left, so low will be same whatever was there in the function, but high will be my current node's value. So node dot val will be my high. Okay, till that point only the range should be there. If the next data's value is not in that range, right, low and high, then it should return null. So my left will be null in that case. Similarly for right, recursively call the same function, but at this time my low will be in my current node's value and high will be whatever was the high that was passed into the function. Okay, once this is done, I can return the node. So let us see whether we have taken care of all the conditions. So here if the index is greater than the data dot length or data of index dot length equal to 0, then return null. Then I am doing integer dot parseInt of data of index. We are doing parseInt because this is a string array and we are comparing with int low and high value. So that is why we have to do integer dot parseInt. So if it is out of range, then return null. Then again tree node I am assigning the, so here also we have to do integer dot parseInt because it is a string array. So I need to convert this value into int value. Okay, then I am forming the tree node and again I am recursively calling the left and right. So it looks good. So let us run this code. Okay, so the test case passes. Let us submit this and the code is accepted. So the runtime of this algorithm will be O of n because we have to go through each and every element of the node, and the additional space that we are using here is for the string. O of n will be the additional space, and time complexity will be also O of n because we are going through each and every element of the array. So that's it for this video. Hope you like the solution. If you have any questions regarding this, please do write into the comment section. Thank you.